Hello and welcome to Solidworks Station. My name's Stuart, and in today's tutorial we're going to look at some sheet metal work. We're actually going to look at producing this part. There's a few things that are new in this particular tutorial. We've got, for example, a jog that we're going to look at in the sheet metal tab. We're going to look at these rounded gussets. We're going to look at this hem that comes over in a teardrop form, and we're also going to look at placing some text onto our metal work. Good luck, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Let's get started. So I've opened up Solidworks and I've gone to File, New and Part. I've ensured that sheet metal is available on the tab by just right clicking on these tabs and ensuring that sheet metal is ticked. I'm going to go into a front plane, normal to, sketch, and I'm going to select a center rectangle. I'm going to sketch from the origin point and I'm going to give this some smart dimensions. So I'd like this value to be 150 millimeters. I would like this value to be 80 millimeters. I'm going to go into sheet metal. I'm going to choose base flange tab. I'm going to keep the thickness at 2 millimeters. The K factor is going to remain at 0.5. This is good for looking at bend allowance. And you can manipulate the K factor if the equations that you're looking at deem necessary to change this. You can. Auto relief, okay, that's going to remain as well at 0.5. So I'm going to click the OK button, and we've got a sheet of metal there, 2 millimeters thick, 150 by 80 millimeters. Now the first thing we're going to look at is this jog. Now, this jog is going to be 10 millimeters up, okay, but it's going to happen at 40 millimeters across this piece of metal. Okay, it'll make a little bit more sense once we're in SolidWorks. So let's go into SolidWorks. Let's left click on this face and normal to, and I'm just going to go into Sketch, go to Line, and I'm just going to draw a line down like so. Press the escape key. Then I'm going to go into smart dimension and I'm going to smart dimension this up at 40 millimeters. So this line is going to sit 40 millimeters away from this edge. This will be our jog position. So I'm going to go into sheet metal. I'm going to select jog, and the fixed face is here. So left click, and you can see what's happened now is it's jogged from that 40 millimeter line that we put in place right at the start. I want this to be 10, and I want to select the outside offset. The jog position can remain with the bend center line, and I want it to be 90 degrees. You can change this, so you could change it to 70 for example, and the jog would update. However, we want it to be 90 degrees. And green tick. Perfect. Hopefully you followed that and you're in the same position as me. If you are, well done so far. If not and you're struggling, like I said, just place some comments below. I'll be more than happy to help you out with this. So let's have a look at our image. We've got some gussets, some rounded gussets that we need to put in. We've got two circular extruded holes that we need to put in of diameter 5. We've got a teardrop to put in on this side, and obviously the text. So I think we should go with the circles next. So into SolidWorks, click on the surface we're interested in and go normal 2. Let's go to sketch, let's go to circle, and let's just sketch a circle in and give it some smart dimensions. So smart dimension, from this edge to the center I want to be 10, and from this edge to the center I want to be 10. I would like the diameter of the circle to be 5. Green tick. And we're now going to produce a linear pattern from this. So linear sketch pattern. In the y-axis we want to put 2. Entities to pattern is this. Okay, we need 1 in the x-axis. We need to reverse the direction in the y-axis, so just left click on the reverse direction. And we want this to be 60 millimeters for the distance. Okay, so the spacing 60 millimeters, and instances we've got 2. You can change it in here if you want. Okay, however I prefer to change it over on the left hand side over here. Once you've done that, you can press the green tick, and we're going to go into sheet metal now. We're going to do an extruded cut. Okay, and we're going to choose up to surface. I'm going to click on this surface underneath. Okay, we could have gone to blind and put in the thickness, so 2 mil, and that would have the same outcome. Okay, green tick. Now if you wanted to, you could indicate that these holes were deburred by going into features. You could fillet them with a fillet parameter, change this value to maybe 0.5. Click on the outer edge of these circles and green tick to say that these holes were deburred, and you could do that on the other side as well. However, that is not included in this particular drawing that we're doing, so you can remove the fillet if you want. Just right click and delete. Yes. Okay, next bit, let's have a look at the teardrop on this side. So we've got a teardrop, but we've also got this edge flange as well. So we're going to produce an edge flange, and we're going to give it a hem, what's known as a hem, and that's going to come in the form of a teardrop. So into SolidWorks, let's go to sheet metal, and we're going to create an edge flange. So left click on that, I'm going to left click on this edge, we're going to move our mouse up and left click. We're going to change this value here. For our edge flange, we want it to be 20 millimeters. We want the material to be on the inside, and we're going to press the OK button. Good. Right, now let's create that hem that appears here. Okay, coming over the top. So we're going to go to the sheet metal tab. We're going to find a hem. And we're going to click on the edge that we want to produce the hem from. So left click. So in order to produce this hem, what we need to do is we need to find hem on the sheet metal tab. So we're going to go to hem, we're going to click on the edge that we want to hem, and we must ensure that teardrop is selected. Okay, now this is actually going the wrong way, so we need to reverse the direction, like so. You could, if you wanted to, just close out of that. You could have gone to hem and selected this edge, teardrop selected, and there would be no need to reverse the direction. We're going to keep 200 degrees in here, and we're going to keep 0.5 in here, and you can see our K factor's already in there as default at 0.5. And we're going to green tick. There we go. There's our teardrop hem. Next, let's look at creating these rounded gussets. So we're going to go into, let's have a little look. How many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5. So we're going to go into Solidworks, and we're going to pick up the sheet metal gusset. Okay, the position for the gusset is on this face and on this face here, and you can see it's put one into position. The edge, okay, is here in purple, and the point is indicated here, all right, with this point here, okay, that's in pink. So we want this to be a rounded gusset at 2.5, and we want the offset to be at 40 millimeters, which it is. Okay, I'll just show you what happens if you change this. So if I put this at 20, it uses this point here, okay, point 1, okay, as a reference point, and it's going to offset 20 millimeters from this point. Okay, we're going to have ours at 40. The reason for 40, okay, is we know that the distance of this line here in the original sketch was 80, so 40 is halfway. The values in here, 2.5, 5 and 2 can all remain the same, and we're going to click on the green tick. Perfect, so we've got one in place. Now the next thing we need to do is create a sketch pattern from this. So we're going to go into features, we're going to go to linear pattern, and we're going to choose linear pattern. We're going to go to direction 1, and we're going to choose this face here. Direction 2, we're going to choose this face here. Now features and faces, if I click on this, you'll notice it's going to start to produce the gussets across here. So I want them to be 3 with a offset distance of 15, and I want there to be 3 with an offset distance of 15 for this one as well. And we're going to choose pattern seed only. What this does is the original gusset that we did is known as the seed. Okay, it's the first instance that we drew. Okay, that we made a feature of. It's going to pattern this only. It's not going to pattern anything else, just the seed, which is this. Okay, and we're going to click on the green tick. Okay, and there we have it. There is the work that we've produced so far. There's the 5 gussets that we put down just a while ago. We're now going to create the text that's on the side of here, Solidworks Station. So we're going to click on the face we're interested in, and normal to. So I'm just going to draw a center line. Let's click on this and turn it to for construction. I'm going to go to text. I'm going to click on this for my curve. I'm going to type in the text, Solidworks Station. Make it central. Green tick. I'm going to go to features, extruded cut. Take an extrude, cut it by, let's go 0.1 millimeters. And green tick. Perfect. Control 7 on your keyboard, and let's apply a material to it. So, into the appearances, scenes and decals. It will look like this when you first open it. Go to appearances, open up, go into metal, open that one up. You can go to copper, and let's use a brush copper and just drag that on and select body. Perfect. So that's been a tutorial on a few things in the sheet metal tab. We've looked at how to produce a jog. We've looked at how to produce extrude cuts. We've looked at how to produce a edge flange, a teardrop hem, rounded gussets, and we've also looked at producing this text as well. This has been Solidworks Station. My name's been Stuart. If you'd like to leave any comments or questions below, I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Many thanks, and see you again soon in the next video tutorial from Solidworks Station. Goodbye.